Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is April 19th, and we are going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1934, legendary tough man, Ox Baker. 1966, Japanese mainstay, El Samurai. 1977, independent journeyman, Johnny Storm. 1980, Nikki Rocks. 1981, say what you will, it's Byron Saxton. 1985, Kurt Hawkins. And we're just going to keep the positivity train rolling. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for April 19th. Grabbing our Wayback Machine and going to 1952, Henry Harrell defeats Tex Riley in a tournament final to win the NWA Southern Junior Heavyweight title in Jackson, Mississippi. Next, 1954, The Great Bolo and Tom Rice defeat Wilbur Snyder and Sandar Sabo for the NWA International Television Tag Team titles in Hollywood, California. 1956, Bobo Brazil defeats Gene Stanley for the Ohio Heavyweight title in Springfield, Ohio. Next, 1957, Don Leo Jonathan defeats Pepper Gomez for the NWA Texas Heavyweight title in Houston, Texas, ending Gomez's sixth reign. Grooving into the 60s, 1960, Mike DiBiase defeats Eddie Graham to win the NWA Florida Brass Knuckles title in Tampa, Florida. 1962, Mike Clancy and Lester Welch defeat Dante and Mustafo for the Mid-American NWA Southern Tag Team titles in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This day is just not a good one for Eddie Graham in history. 1963, Tarzan Taylor defeats Eddie Graham to win the Georgia World Heavyweight title in Atlanta, Georgia. In a bit of revenge for Eddie Graham on this day in history, 1966, Eddie Graham and Bob Orton defeat the Medics for the Florida NWA Tag Team titles. Grabbing our best polyester and going to the 70s, 1974, Bill Ross wins his third European lightweight title from Jim Breeks in Stirling, England. 1975 sees Bobo Brazil defeat Abdullah the Butcher for the Detroit NWA United States Heavyweight title. Grabbing our boomboxes and going to the 80s, 1980 sees Ric Flair defeat Jimmy Snuka in Greensboro, North Carolina for his fourth NWA United States Heavyweight title. Making two stops in 1982, first, Tommy Rich defeats Ron Bass for the NWA National Heavyweight title in Augusta, Georgia, beginning his third reign. Second stop in 82, The Dream Machine defeats Dutch Mantell for the NWA Mid-American Heavyweight title in Memphis, Tennessee, ending Mantell's sixth reign. 1984, Luke Graham wins the NWA Central States Heavyweight title from Buzz Taylor in Kansas City, Kansas, ending Taylor's third reign. 1986, Jim Crockett Promotions held the first of three annual Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup Tag Team tournaments at the Superdome in Louisiana. In the main event of the tournament, the Road Warriors defeated Ron Garvin and NWA United States Heavyweight Champion Magnum TA to win the cup. Staying in 1986, Bruce Hart wins his sixth Stampede British Commonwealth Mid-Heavyweight title, ending Gama Singh's second reign. 1987, Big Bubba Rogers defeats One Man Gang for the UWF World Heavyweight title. Grabbing our flannels and going to the decade of grunge. 1993, Sherry Martel defeats Miss Texas for the USWA Women's title in Memphis, Tennessee, but the decision was later reversed. Staying in 93, Brian Lee defeats Bobby Eaton for the Smoky Mountain Wrestling television title. And last but not least, 1998, WCW held the third Spring Stampede pay-per-view at the Denver Coliseum in Denver, Colorado. In the main event, Randy Savage, with Miss Elizabeth, pinned WCW World Heavyweight Champion Sting in a no disqualification match after Kevin Nash interfered and gave Sting a jackknife powerbomb to win the title. This began Savage's third reign and ended Sting's fourth. Those were your pro wrestling history highlights for April 19th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.